Hey dreamers, this is Jade and I'm here to do my flip through for November of 2022 as we are quickly closing in on November of 2023, but I digress. Anyway, here is my latest creative journal that I started, and November is the first month that I have been journaling in this one, so let's go ahead and get into it. I decided to again more simplify my intro page as far as for each month, and I found these stickers that I could just print off and make stickers out of. I should say I found these downloadable printables that were monthlies that I could print off and stick, and so I did that for November, and I will continue in December kind of using the Roy G. Biv format. So anyway, moving on, November 6th, which is the day after my dad's birthday, who has been gone since 2008. But I just kind of wanted to honor his memory in my own way. And so I decided I wasn't able to get to it on the 5th for whatever reason. I don't even know. So I decided to watch one of our favorite movies, which was A Bronx Tale. If you have not seen A Bronx Tale, it's chef's kiss. It was something I came upon accidentally one day, and you know how something just catches your eye about a movie or a TV show, so you just start watching it and you think you're gonna turn soon, but then it gets really interesting, and so you just keep watching it. Yeah, that's how I discovered A Bronx Tale. And so I was watching it again one day, and that's when my dad came in my room for something, to ask me something, whatever, and he saw me watching that, and that's how we got into the whole discussion of A Bronx Tale and how it was our favorites and blah blah blah. So yeah, I wanted to watch that in honor of him, and I just put one of the quotes that Lorenzo Anello, which is Robert De Niro's character, says in the movie. Who is Robert De Niro plays the father of Colodrol, who is the main character of this movie, and it's kind of a coming of age story. It's really good. And so yeah, the quote is, "The saddest thing in life is wasted talent." So love A Bronx Tale. Just wanted to remember my dad, especially since his birthday had just passed. And so yeah, moving on, we get to the 20th. As you can see, that's a big jump in days, but I guess I determined that there was nothing of note that I really wanted to get down creatively in this journal for the other days. So anyway, we are on the 20th, and oh, that's what it was. That's what it was. I think I had to go to the hospital for a little while, and I'm not sure how long it was. I can't remember. However, of course, that stopped me from doing my regular stuff. And so this was basically after I had been out of the hospital for a while, and I was finally starting to feel like myself and wanting to get back into my routine and everything like that. And so that's why I had printed out this little, well, I wouldn't call it a meme, but this little saying from Jess at Bahati Life, which is one of my favorite astrologers in like the social media space, YouTube. I think she's on TikTok now, Instagram, yada yada yada. And it just reads, "You're outgrowing the old cycle. Give yourself grace and endless patience while you build courage and strength daily. You don't need to have it all figured out right now. Just knowing that the transformation is happening is powerful enough to fuel and feed you." And those are words I kind of needed to hear in that moment, considering that I had not been myself, and I was trying to just kind of get back into the swing of things and yada yada yada. And also on this day, my pup niece, look at her, she's so cute, and my little sister came home to visit. Of course, Thanksgiving would be soon, so yeah, that's why they were home, and then also just, you know, kind of to visit or whatever. So that's what was going on pretty much on the 20th. And I love my dog. I love the dog. She is just a joy. And so while my sister was here, we had discussed going to see Wakanda Forever, which I think had been released like back on the 11th or something. But my sister understands that I like to kind of wait until the crowd dies down a little before I go to the movies. And I'm still wearing my mask and all of that kind of stuff because unfortunately, because of having a transplant, my immune system is suppressed. And so I'm very diligent about just trying to keep myself protected and all of that kind of stuff. Anyway, this day, it was the 21st. And there was two things happening here. The first, I had an appointment with my hematology nurse, and I waited around for like an hour for her, and she never showed up. And so I clicked off, and then of course that's when she's calling me on the phone like, well, what happened? No, you tell me what happened. You the one that didn't show up to the appointment. I was there early, okay? But anyway, and then later that day, we went ahead and went to see Wakanda Forever. And I do believe that my sister had already seen it because her job had something to do with like the campaign for it or something. I can't remember exactly what. However, yes, she had seen it already. So she was kind of prepared for what was going to happen, because the beginning is a little bit heavy, of course, with acknowledging the passing of Chadwick Boseman, but of course as the character T'Challa, and then of course more heavy stuff towards the end. It just, but it was so good. It was so good. I was so surprised, simply because I didn't know how it was going to go with Chadwick having passed before the next movie and how they would continue the story. But I think Ryan Coogler did a fantastic job with this story, and I loved the new character Namor and the Talikins and their space, and it was just lovely. It was just lovely. And so yeah. And then of course I had to print out this meme because it had me cracking up. And of course you have a picture of Eddie Murphy as Akeem from Zamunda, and it says theater employee, welcome to AMC, what movie are you seeing today? And it says me, you know why I'm here. And so yes, definitely enjoyed seeing that. I need to paste that down or something. Anyway, moving on. Of course, the 24th was Thanksgiving. I think I told you all that at some point I had used those little boxes that I'd never find a use for in my planner, but you kind of can't tell. Well, here it is. Here's the spread that I did with some of those boxes. These are smaller boxes. They are from, it's like a fall-ish type happy planner sticker book or whatever. I really love it, and it went great with this Thanksgiving theme, as you can see. And the colors and everything, I really love it. And I love how kind of simple it is. And it just I use the boxes just to kind of highlight different pictures from the day. And so, yeah. And so here you go. And what I liked about these boxes is they had like these flowers on it. So like the box part kind of got covered up by the picture. And then I just added like maybe an extra flower or so, or quote. But anyway, so yeah, this is Thanksgiving basically. I had the insomnia that morning, so it was tough for me to get to sleep. So I just got up. I was helping my mom do peeling potatoes and all kinds of stuff like that. So here is a picture of my plate for Thanksgiving, and now that I'm thinking about it, I am quite ready for Thanksgiving to roll around again, because yeah, that food was great, delicious, top notch. And then of course my pup niece had to have her little dessert, which is, we just give her sometimes, I call it fluff, but it's basically just like Cool Whip or Ready Whip or whatever. And we don't give her a lot, but just a little bit, and she loves it. She just laps it right on up. And then I took a picture of my little sister. I don't know what she was doing in this picture. Oh, she must have been playing a game on her phone or something. But yeah. And then, what did we do? I'm not sure if we went out that night or the next morning or what, as far as Black Friday. Because we usually do some shopping at some point. But yeah. So that was pretty much Thanksgiving here. And then this is the last of it. So of course my November favorites. So we'll go through this. First of all, Inside Man. Have you all watched this? This is a 4-part show on Netflix. And I don't think it's been renewed for anything more, although it was so good. And it just highlights how, honestly, anybody can become a murderer with the right circumstances. This show got wilder and wilder as it went on. And like I said, it was only 4 episodes, but this guy just kept making these decisions that just got him deeper into the shit. And it was crazy to me, but it was so good. Like, the commentary about it is so good. So good. And then, of course, C, which is a show from Apple Plus starring Jason Momoa, about these people who were, mostly everybody is born blind. However, they end up having twins who have sight. And then they discover that there are a few more people in the world that have sight. I'm not going to go into too many details in case anybody wants to watch it. However, this was the last season, and it was fantastic. I love the way it ended. I mean, it was a little sad, but it was so good, so good. And it's only 3 seasons, so you don't have a lot to look through if you are going to watch it yourself. And of course, I done forgot my train of thought, so if it comes back to me, I will let you know. But anyway, yeah, C was really good. It was really good. And then I had been binging Supernatural since like June or July or whatever. I had restarted Supernatural because it had been a while since I watched it. And that is my show. I love me some Sam and Dean. I even named my car after Dean. So yes. And I finally finished up season 15 in November. So I was happy with that. And as I said, I adore this show. Adore this show. I love it so much. And then I watched Wednesday, which was pretty good. Honestly, it's funny because I usually see stuff coming. Like, I usually can figure out what's gonna happen, or who is the villain or whatever. Excuse me. Fairly quickly. This one, it didn't even cross my mind. I don't know why. But anyway, Wednesday, I enjoyed it. I'm looking forward to the 2nd season. I don't know when that's going to be, especially since with the writer and actor strike going on right now, I think, a lot of things are going to be pushed back or whatever. And then, of course, saw Wakanda Forever. And not only did I see it with my sister, but I ended up seeing it again. I can't remember if it was still in November or I think it was December when I saw it again. But anyway, so my entire watch list for the month of November was Inside Man, See, A Bronx Tale, Love is Blind, that was a boondoggle, Killer Sally, Supernatural, Enola Holmes 2, that was really good, that was really cute too. 1899, that was interesting, and I watched it because it was by the same people who did the show Dark, and I absolutely love that show. Absolutely love that show. So good. Slumberland, that was really cute. Wednesday, The Noel Diary, I absolutely love that. So sweet. Such a sweet movie. And then, of course, Wakanda Forever. As you can see, my list for this month is actually not that long. So, yeah. And then, the books I read. 2 of these were just okay for me. I mean, they weren't terrible, which was The Poet X and Instructions for Dancing. But I think because both of these I saw really hyped up on somewhere, like probably TikTok. So I was a little disappointed when I read it, and I was like, oh, okay, that was cute, but I don't get the hype. Let's just put it that way. And then I read It by Stephen King, and I have thoughts. Overall, it was a fantastic book. I will say that. However, it was bloated as hell. There's a whole lot of stuff that just unnecessary. So unnecessary. That could have been cut down in this book. I love the way that it showed up for each person in the form of their own personal fear. So like, I think the baby's name was Richie, and he had went to see this movie, the werewolf one, whatever. And so whenever he saw it showed up as the werewolf, and so on and so forth for like the different characters or whatnot. And I like the emphasis on imagination and this thing morphing and being what you want it to be, or using your imagination to defeat it type of thing. Really enjoy that because facts. However, there is something that happens towards the end of this book that just, I mean, it was like I read all this, and at the end, this one thing happened, and I was just absolutely disgusted. Like, I wanted to quit reading then, but I was like, I'm at the very end, I'm gonna finish it. But it was so unnecessary, so disturbing, absurd, disgusting. I'm like, why would, like, who thinks about this? Like, who thought this was a good idea? I want to know the publishers, anybody who said, yep, you know what, that should stay in, that should be published, we're gonna send that out to the public. Like, seriously, I'm just, my flabbers are gasted when it comes to the end of it and this particular scene that happens. It just took me right out of it. I was like, okay, I'm very ready to be done with this. So yeah, anyway, I'm gonna stop ranting about it. Those of you who have read it probably know exactly what I'm talking about. Those of you who have not, if you want to know, you let me know. I'll tell you in the comments. I will comment directly back to you what happens. However, I don't want to spoil it for anybody. So yeah, moving on. The song I was listening to on repeat again was "Waste Your Time" by Connor Maynard. This happened to just come up in one of my playlists. Like, I have a daily mix that comes up on Spotify, and it mixes things up, but it'll give me artists that I'm kind of usually listening to, or artists that are similar to what I've been listening to or whatever. And this song came on, and I was like, I had heard it before, and then I got myself reacquainted with it. It popped up when I was on my way home from the hospital, and I have been listening to it on repeat ever since. I absolutely love this song. I love the theme of this song about giving someone space and ease and comfort, and look, I will take care of you, like, you know, like, and I'll show you that I'll do it. I'm not just gonna be running my mouth or whatever type of thing. Anyway, so I absolutely love that song. I still listen to it on repeat to this day. As a matter of fact, on one of my recent Receiptifies, it was my #1 for the last 4 weeks again. So yeah, not surprised by that. But that was pretty much all I was listening to on repeat for the month of November, and that wraps this up. I have moved into December, but I haven't done much. I think I have like 1 spread completed, so I need to get back to it, and I have just been slacking. I had been in a groove, and then now that groove has ungrooved, and I need to find it again. So yeah, anyway, if you have any comments or questions about anything, please leave those below. I'll be happy to answer you when I get around to it. I trust that everyone has been safe and well, and I'll catch you all in the next one. Bye.